start, just lowering the shoulders down from the ears and just moving to the front of your feet and the back of your feet until you find your center. And then lifting all the toes up off the earth, start to place the toes down onto the ground, one at a time. And then feel the connection of the knuckles under your feet, the big toe mound, all the way to the little toe mound, making contact with the earth. And also feel the heel, the whole of the heel, making contact with the earth. And just closing down the eyes and taking a few breaths here. You can sway slightly if you like, but just feeling into the feet and how you feel balanced in the feet. Soften all the edges of the body, but let the vortex of the spine be tall. And let the spine be straight and elongated. So the neck is a continuation of the spine. So slight dip towards the chest. Just taking a couple of breaths here, just arriving in your body today and on your mat. On the next inhale, opening up the eyes, bringing your hands to your hips and just start to tilt the hips backwards and forwards. You can use your hands to help you with the tilt if you like. Just warming up through the lower spine, through the hips a little bit. And then start to do a few circles with the hips. Maybe 3 in one direction, 3 in the other. Just moving slowly so you can feel through these shapes. And then while you're doing circles with the hips, you can change direction again if you like. Start to do some circles with the shoulders. And changing direction. And then just take a moment to move the hips and the shoulders, not in sync with each other, but just moving the whole body around, trying to move the shoulders, the top of the body, the top of the thoracic separately from the bottom. And then coming to stillness. Palms open wide, feeling your feet connecting to the earth. Standing up nice and straight, just closing down the eyes for a breath. Noticing the breath today, noticing the energy in the body. And then inhaling the arms up and overhead, keeping the feet hip distance apart, taking hold of the left wrist with your right arm, moving the left wrist hip over to the left, and then just guiding your left wrist across the body, feeling a nice stretch through the outer side of the left side. Inhale, coming back to center, swapping the grip, exhaling over to the other side. Maybe gazing under your armpit if that feels good. Right hip moves out to the right. And then inhale, coming back to center, giving the arms a big sweep up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, bending the knees, just letting the arms come down. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, letting something go. Bending the knees so that you're protecting the lower back. Exhaling. And then gently coming to a forward fold. So fingertips to the earth. You can definitely use a block if that feels better for you. You can have your hands on your shins, but bending the knees so that the ribs and the belly are on the thighs. And taking a couple of breaths here, you can peace grip the big toes if that's available to you, with the middle and index finger, thumb over the top. Or you can lift the feet and stand onto the open wrists, back of the hands on the earth. But knees stay bent, elongating the spine, letting the head drop down towards the earth. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Inhaling to fill up the body. As you exhale, can you soften into the shape a little bit more? Maybe a little bit of bend comes out of the knees. Maybe the shoulders move away from the ears to release the neck. Maybe we nod the head yes, shake the head no. And then gently, whichever variation you're in, starting to roll yourself up to standing. Weight into the left foot, coming into your tree pose. So try not to use the hands here. Just let the leg land where it lands. Hands can be at heart center. Think about moving the right knee behind you. Feeling the whole foot flat on the mat. And then exhaling, slowly releasing, coming into tree pose on the other side. So noticing the difference one side to the other. Your tree may be in a different spot, doesn't matter how high it is. Preferably you don't want your foot on the kneecap. But if your base of your foot's on the earth and your heel is to your ankle, that's fine. On your calf, higher up. And then exhaling, releasing. Let's just give the hips a few more circles. Moving slowly, consciously in both directions. One more there. And then stepping to the top of your mat, bending the knees, inhaling the arms up and overhead, maybe a little back bend here. Exhaling into a forward fold, stepping back to your plank pose. Knees to the mat or not. Chaturanga, elbows into the ribs. Tops of the feet, opening to your upward dog if you're ready for it, or cobra pose. Cobra pose, you may be here, or you may be all the way down, lifting your hands up off the earth. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. Exhaling to let that breath go. Bending the knees, walking your hands back towards your feet. Slowly rolling yourself up. Arms sweep up and overhead. Maybe a little bit more of a back bend. Feeling the stability from the feet. Exhaling, forward fold. Walking yourself back, downward facing dog. So take a breath or two here. Spreading the fingers wide and placing the palms flat on the earth. And use the push of your hands to tilt your hips up towards the ceiling. You may have a bend in the knees, that's absolutely fine. But think about a nice long spine and the head's relaxed. Take one more breath here. Stay for the exhale. Inhaling the right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, knee to chest, stepping through, widen your feet on the mat. Warrior one. Big bend into the front knee. Hands on hips, make sure both hips are facing the same direction. Find the outside blade of the back foot. It's roughly at 45 degrees. When you feel steady, inhaling up, warrior one. Left arm forward, right arm back, open twist. So nothing changes in the feet. Inhale, coming up to your warrior one, opening up, warrior two. So just the back foot, arch of the back foot, in line with the heel of the front foot. Inhaling, reversing your warrior two. Coming back to your warrior two, turning over your front leg, step the back foot out a little bit, Interlock the fingers behind the back, squeeze shoulders, belly button pulls into the spine, leaning over your front leg. So you're either in arrowhead or you're bringing your right shoulder inside your right knee for humble warrior. And then sweep your hips back to the center line so that your spine is in one nice long line. Crown of the head towards the earth. Taking a couple of breaths here, or you're in your humble warrior with your belly floating above your thigh. Either's fine. Pushing through both feet. Inhale, coming back, releasing the arms. Warrior one. Exhaling, left hand down just in front of the left shoulder. Release the back heel, coming into your simple twist, easy twist. Again, palm flat on the mat, fingers spread wide, maybe gazing at the top arm. If you need to place your knee on the ground as we come into our side plank, you're welcome. Your feet can be staggered, one in front of the other, but think about placing the whole of the foot onto the ground. Pushing away from the bottom hand, lifting the top arm up. Maybe you're going to bring your top foot over your bottom foot, or you can have your bottom knee on the ground. Right hand comes down, back through plank, chaturanga, knee to the mat or not. Upward facing dog or cobra. Listen to your body and do what feels good in your body. Exhaling, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Noticing the rhythm of the breath. Noticing the energy in the body. Maybe noticing the difference from one side of the body to the other. We'll take one more inhale here. Let it go through the mouth. Inhaling, left leg up. Stepping the left foot through, warrior one. Inhaling, coming up to your warrior one. So find the outside blade of the back foot, hips to the front. Just make sure your front knee's over your ankle. Warrior one. Open twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhaling, coming back to center, stepping into your warrior two. So see if you can lengthen your stance. You still want your front knee above the ankle and you want your knee tracking towards your little toe side. Body in the center of your hips and find the outside blade of your back foot. Arms reach away from each other, softening the shoulders, gazing over the middle finger, reversing your warrior two. Try and lift up and over so you're not crunching into your side waist. Coming back through your warrior two, we're going to turn over the front leg, move the back foot to the right a little bit, interlock the hands the opposite way maybe, lift them away from your hips. We're either coming through our arrowhead or all the way down for our humble warrior. Either is fine, just listen to your body and work out what feels good in your body. If you're in your humble warrior, pull the hips into the center line. So the spine is one strong straight line from your neck all the way to the base of your spine. We don't want a little bit of spine flaring out to the left at the bottom. Slowly releasing the bind, coming back up to your warrior one. Exhaling, right hand down, just in front of the right shoulder, onto the outside blade of the right foot. Staggering the feet, one in front of the other. You can have your bottom knee on the ground. If you're in this shape, try and have both your feet flat on the ground as if you're standing on both feet. Pushing away from the hand on the earth, lifting the waist and the hips up, top arm up, maybe gazing at the left hand. And then left hand down, coming through a vinyasa or not, elbows into your ribs. Don't let the shoulders drop below the elbows. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. See how softly you can ease yourself into the shape. Thinking about moving from shape to shape today with grace and ease. See how gently you can move. Always letting the breath be your guide. Let's inhale the right leg up. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward. Warrior 1. Arms sweep back behind you, leaning over your front leg. Become light on your tippy toes of your back foot, lifting the back leg up from the heel, pulling the belly into the spine. Warrior 3. Inhaling to stand up, steady gaze, knee to chest. So flex that left foot. If you need to stand next to a wall for balance and just have your fingers lightly on the wall, of course, that's fine. Exhaling, reaching your left leg forward. Maybe lifting it up a little bit more. Feel the support in your standing foot. Opening your left leg out to the left. Exhaling yourself back into your warrior 3. Knee comes back towards the chest, into your tree pose. So just noticing your tree pose now compared to the first time you did it. What's different, if anything? Soft gaze, soft breath. And then gently letting the left leg cross over the right, bringing yourself down to a seat. So your right foot's on the outside of your right hip, or you can lengthen that right foot if you like. Left foot is over the right leg. Inhale to sit tall, reaching your fingers behind you, reaching your right arm forward, taking hold of the knee, and then twisting towards the back of the room. So twist above the navel. You can definitely bring your arm in front of your leg if that feels better for you, or you can take a full bind if you have that in your practice, wrapping your right arm under your knee and your left arm behind you. Inhaling to sit up tall, even on both sit bones. Exhale to twist a little bit more. Coming out of the twist and over to your right, bowing your head down towards the ground in a counter twist if that feels good. And then gently bringing yourself back up to the top of your mat, feet hip distance apart. Inhaling yourself all the way up. Maybe a little bit of a deeper back bend here. Exhaling, forward fold. Looking forward, stepping the right foot back. Warrior 1. Exhaling, warrior 2. Reversing your shape. Turning over your front leg onto the tippy toe of your back foot. Lifting your right leg up. Let the heel lift you up and then drop the right hip in line with the left. Standing up, knee to chest. Hands to heart center. Steady gaze, steady drishti, where your eyes are looking. Exhaling, lengthening the right leg out. Opening the right leg to the side. Sweeping the right leg behind you into your warrior three. Even the hips. Inhale, standing back up, knee to chest, into your tree pose. You can use your hand this time if you like. Noticing the difference in the hips just after those few movements. One more breath here. Exhale, slowly bringing the right leg in front of the left and making your way down to a seat. Inhaling to sit up tall. Left arm wraps around the knee. Right arm sweeps behind you. Both hips even on the earth. Inhaling to sit up tall. Exhaling to twist. So any variation here that you took before, or you may be different one side to the other. So you decide. And then inhaling, coming back to center, twisting over to the other side. Counter pose. Inhale, coming up, uncrossing the legs, bringing yourself up to standing at the top of your mat. Sweeping the arms up and overhead. Exhaling, forward fold. Through vinyasa or not, we'll meet in downward facing dog. So any variation, add on, take away, skip the vinyasa altogether if you like. And then meeting in downward facing dog for one breath. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, make some sound as you let it out through the mouth. Inhaling the right leg up. Exhaling, knee to chest, stepping through, warrior one. Opening up, warrior two, putting it all together. Reversing your warrior two. Turning over your front leg, arms can be wide, aeroplane pose. You can have the arms bound behind your back if you prefer, dropping the left hip down. Inhaling, standing up, taking hold of the shin, squeezing the left knee to your chest. Right hand to hip, peace gripping the big toe. If you're uncomfortable doing this, still hold on to your shin, but otherwise using the heel, start to lengthen the leg in front of you. Lock the shoulder back into its socket and pull the hip back into its socket. Soft, steady gaze. Maybe you're going to open the left leg out to the left. Maybe your right arm opens to the right. If you're feeling particularly steady, maybe your gaze is to your right palm. From there, we're gently going to let go of the knee, of the toe on the left side. Extend the leg behind us into our warrior three. And then stepping forward, chair pose. First chair pose of the practice. Knees squeeze together, big toes squeeze together, heels slightly apart. Exhaling your arms behind your back, gazing forward, coming onto the balls of the feet. Drawing the belly to the spine. Exhaling, releasing the heels. Standing up into your back bend. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Last time. Stepping back, left foot forward, warrior one. Inhaling up, warrior one. Opening up, warrior two. Reversing a warrior two. Turning over your front leg, your arms can be out this time or on your hips. Coming into your warrior three, or your hands can be at heart center. Lowering the right hip. Start to bend the knee, bringing the right knee to the chest, holding on to the shin. Give it a squeeze, and then left hand to hip, peace gripping the big toe. So maybe you stay here. Maybe you start to straighten the leg a little bit. Let the heel move your leg as you draw the hip and the shoulder into their sockets. Soft, steady gaze. Soft, steady breath. Exhaling, right leg opens to the right. Maybe your left arm opens to the left. Maybe your knees bent, that's perfectly okay. Maybe you're holding onto a wall, that's perfectly okay. Gently letting go of the big toe. Moving your right leg into your warrior three. Evening the hips. Maybe the arms are out wide or at heart center. Engaging the back leg. And then exhaling both feet together. Sweeping your arms up. Overhead, keep the palms together. Finding your chair pose. Hips back, heart open. If it's not comfortable with your hands together, you can widen the palms. And then slowly, 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 we're going to sit all the way down. Of course, use your hands if you need to. And then make your way to a boat pose. So you can hold the back of your thighs, just lengthen out of your lower back. That's fine. You can lift the legs, you can release the arms. Any variation, as long as you're not rounding into the lower back, you're drawing the belly to the spine and lengthening out of the lower back. From there, we're gently going to lower ourselves onto our lower back, pulling the belly down to the mat. Legs and arms stay floating. Chin towards the chest. If you're shaking like jelly, you're doing it right. And then exhaling, gently releasing everything to the mat. Taking a breath here. Exhaling to let it go. Bending your knees up towards the ceiling, heels flat on the earth. Feeling for your heels with your middle finger. Gently placing the hands to the earth, pressing through the feet, lifting the hips up for your bridge pose. Move the chin away from the chest so that your neck is comfortable. Taking about 4 breaths here, squeezing the glutes together, pressing through the feet. Feel the weight in the shoulders, so move the chin away from the chest so that the support is from the shoulders and from the feet. You might want to lift your arms up overhead. You might want to bring your thumbs together under your lower back, pressing into the elbows, and just find if that adjusts your shape. If it doesn't feel good, come out of the shape straight away. Taking one more breath here. Staying for the exhale. Removing your hands if they're under your back. Gently starting to lower your back vertebra by vertebra onto the earth. And then just let the knees knock together. Bringing the arms out to a T. Let's gently drop the knees over to the left. So your feet can be hip distance apart. That doesn't feel nice in your body. You can take any other variation, but let the shoulders be heavy on the earth. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling the other way. Inhaling back to center. Bringing your knees to your chest, giving your knees a little squeeze, a little rock side to side. And then keeping your spine printed into the earth, gently lift your legs up. If you find that you've got any pain in the lower back or it's really hard work to do this, just keep the knees bent to your chest. And otherwise, your knees are just floating in space above your hips. You're not actually, your legs are floating in space. You're not actually working hard to keep them there. Your belly softly drawing back towards the mat. You can float the arms up if you like. If you have another inversion that you know you can do safely, shoulder stand or anything else, you're welcome to do that instead. Wherever you are, closing your eyes and just taking about 3 deep breaths here. Feeling the effects of this inverted shape, reversing the order of things. Energy pouring to the heart. On the next inhale, gently bringing the knees back to the chest, giving them a little squeeze, a little rock side to side. And then slowly lengthening yourself into your Shavasana. Taking up as much space on the mat as you can. Letting the feet flop out to the sides, the fingers gently curled in towards the palms. Taking an inhale here as you exhale, releasing the practice. Taking a few moments of rest in your Shavasana. Softening everything, unclenching the jaw. On the next inhale, slowly start to deepen the breath. Bringing your attention back inside the body. Bringing some movement to the fingers and the toes. Extending your arms up overhead and your legs reach away from you, maybe using the heels to stretch away. And then rolling onto one side for a moment. You can use your bottom arm as a pillow. Just taking a breath here and observing the body, how it feels compared to when you first started the practice. How the mind feels. Maybe there's a bit more softness and space in both. Maybe not. It's not an opportunity for judgment. It's just an observation. Inhale, bringing yourself up to a seat. Any comfortable seat. Bringing the arms up overhead, letting the palms gently touch together. Exhaling the hands to heart center. Closing down the eyes. Taking a few soft, graceful breaths here. Contemplating, navigating our life, moving gently and with grace on and off the mat. Taking one more inhale. As we exhale, bowing forward, third eye towards our heart center. Humbly and with gratitude, together we say, Namaste.